Bibbs is the main form. This is the humanoid form. The main thing she can do in this form is the dash move, which also doubles as an attack. The bat form is mostly a hover type move that's used to help you get those last few feet to the next platform. The snake form is the speed traversal form. Bibbs is extremely slow in the water, so the snake form is used to quickly move around the water. The snake can also roll into a wheel to speed around the land. Initially, I wasn't a big fan of the movement. It took me a few minutes for it to click, but after that the movement felt intuitive and I felt pretty comfortable chaining together moves to continue my momentum. The movement system also can be tweaked with ability talismans. There are a ton of unique unlockable ability talismans in the game. Some change your movement, some upgrade your health or regain health. There's even one of them that gives you a big head mode. You get the point, there's a bunch of them. The combat in Demon Tides is pretty simple, but I can't say that I wanted it to be anything different. In Demon Turf, the previous game, you essentially had to push enemies off an edge or into spikes. That's completely changed in this game. In this game, you have a simple sonic type dash attack. Depending on the enemy, it'll take 1 to 2 hits to kill them. The health system in Demon Tides is improved over what they had in Demon Turf. In that game, you basically just had 1 hit and you die. But now in this one, you get 3 pips of health, like you'd expect in a lot of other 3D platformers. And you can also extend that to 4 via an ability talisman. There are 4 main bosses in this game, 1 for each section of the map, and then there's 1 big bad at the end of the game. Since there are only a few bosses, I won't go into too much detail because I don't want to spoil them. What I will say is that I enjoyed the first 2 bosses more than the last 2, but the last 2 bosses are story-heavy bosses, which were also enjoyable. And there are also a bunch of mini-bosses in the game that are easier to talk about without spoiling the actual story. The mini-bosses in this game are called gear circers, and they can be found littered around the game's world. They're all pretty similar, but each have a unique gimmick. The gear circers are robots that have a caged golden gear in their torso. The golden gears are the main collectible in this game. Think stars from Mario. The gear circers will do something like slam each of their hands into the ground. While their hands are planted on the ground, you'll have to use your attacks to hit the crystals that are on the back of the hands. After you hit both hands, the cage will open. You have to go attack, do that 3 times, you kill it, allowing you to collect the gears. Demon Tides is verified to run on the Steam Deck, and I've played a few hours of it. It runs okay. It's not terrible, but you can definitely tell that the graphics are turned down for it, and there's even like settings in there specifically for the Steam Deck. And it's on the lower side, and it even tells you to disable things like the frame rate and then allow tearing in the actual Steam OS performance tab. And when it did that, it definitely helped the performance, and I'd usually get 60 FPS, but sometimes it dropped down to like 50-ish. It was still fine for the most part. The only times I noticed any real slowdown was when a new area would pop in, but that would only last for maybe a second or 2, and it would be completely fine after that. I did notice something weird when I was playing on the Steam Deck though. For like the first half hour or so I was playing, I had an issue where the HUD wasn't visible at all, and I just couldn't tell what was going on. I couldn't like see what my health was. I couldn't look at the mini-map or any of the NPC text boxes. I accidentally found a fix for it by opening up the camera in the game. It was a weird fix, but if you ever happen to run into that, that's the fix for it. Demon Tides has a pretty good amount of content in it. I was told that it has about 30 to 35 hours of gameplay. When I finished the story, I was at about 16-ish hours, so I've put another probably 5 or 6 after that, and there's still plenty more to do. So I believe that 30 to 35 hours is probably accurate if you want to actually 100% the game. It really feels like the devs took what they learned from Demon Turf, listened to the feedback from those that played it, and then built something truly great in Demon Tides.